Okay, how's this for a logical jump in subject? We're going from two vehicle games to an FMV adventure game. Well, I'm not too sure if I can call it a game, but hell, does it even matter? Okay, focus. In 1992, Sega released a CD add-on to their already epic console, the Sega Genesis, in an attempt to once again compete with Nintendo, whose Super Nintendo was also getting a CD add-on. But apparently no one told Sega that Nintendo already scrapped that a year earlier when they realized it was a bad idea, so it was actually released. And it failed miserably. The bulk of the add-ons library included a lot of crappy full-motion video games that featured incredibly compressed video sequences that were supposed to be interactive, but actually made gameplay very limited. One of those games formed from footage of a cancelled game called Scene of the Crime, which was originally going to be released on the similarly failed VHS format console, the ControlVision, or as they called it, Project Nemo. This game was called Night Trap, and it caused
controversy.
So, what did Night Trap do? Well, it sat on shelves for about a year before it randomly started flashing itself at multiple politicians who were in the middle of finding enough games to manifest their idea of a game rating organization. In other words, it was one of the 4 games that helped make the ESRB. Damn, it seems we got a bit of a special case here. But then again, this just seems like your everyday video game controversy. A game has content that pisses the world off, media surges in, and everyone is up in arms about it while the developers are rolling in the cash they made of as a result. Well, let's dissect this beast and find what all the fuss was about. First, the game itself. You play as some techie who got tired of his day job as a downtown pimp and decided to install 8 cameras in some house to spy on the girls inside, hoping he'd see some action. Well, that plan goes out the window when a never-ending onslaught of creepy vampires start roaming around. Yeah, vampires were cool in the 90s too, that kinda makes sense. So you play the role of the hero and try to keep these newly felons from taking the blood of anyone inside the house by activating arbitrarily placed traps that immediately send these fellas to God knows where. Did you get all that? No? Okay, simple version. You have to save everyone in the house. Got it now? Okay, that's pretty much all Night Trap is. Now let's go into the controversy. Once those politicians found this game, they went absolutely nuts. So they gave it the spotlight at the 1993 Senate Judiciary and Government Affairs Committee hearing on violence in video games. And Connecticut Senator Joseph Lieberman and Wisconsin Senator Herbert H. Kohl went off on the game. They called it shameful, they called it sick, they called it disgusting, they called it ultra-violent, and they called it an effort to trap and kill women. What? Trapping and killing women? I didn't know you could do that. And you see, that's the thing. You can't do that. This is the main reason this controversy exists. These politicians believed that you could do what people probably imagined they could do when they got this game before they were severely disappointed. And if you've been paying attention, you'll realize that that is complete and utter bullshit. Here's what I believe what transpired. One of those guys saw, not played, saw footage of the game, most likely that frightening nightgown scene, and thought the player was smashing the buttons to drain the woman's blood faster and faster and faster and faster and faster, and then take her outside for a little, side business. Now, if that were the case, then we would have a problem. But no, that's not what's going on. You're trying to save these people, not kill them. It baffles me that these idiots actually kept rolling with this. And you know what's really disgusting? No one proved them wrong. Yeah, the president of the studio behind the game Digital Pictures made an attempt, but he was apparently silenced. And I just know that gamers everywhere were just so pissed that this piece of dung game was getting so much attention. So now we come to the obvious question. What happens next? Well, a week after this hearing, the game got pulled from the shelves of a couple of retailers like Toys R Us. Now this I applaud. No one should be playing a crap game that gets undeserved oh, wait. Sales have been spiked anyway. Never mind. This, however, is just the immediate effect. There's still one more part of this controversy that needs to be done on. I think people call this the final nail in the coffin. First, does everyone remember what this whole controversy was really about? Yeah, this bitch got a nut drilled it. No, wrong. This game was part of the creation of the ESRB, so naturally it would have to be rated by them if it were to ever be released again. And you know what rating it got? An M rating. What for? Realistic violence. That's it. Not blood and gore, not sexual themes, not hoop-a-derp because we feel like it. Just realistic violence.
gonna work.
Oh, come on! Thousands of games today have realistic violence, and sometimes they end up getting as low as an E10 rating. And might I ask the gods at the Entertainment Software Rating Board, in what universe would the violence in this game ever be considered realistic? I'll even go as far to ask if this game should be even considered violent at all. There's some pushing, some shoving, some falling in the traps, and some whee moments, but the most violent the game gets is during those contrived blood draining scenes. And take one look at the device these freaks use to do that, and any possibility of these death by claw scenarios to be considered violent goes through the floor. But wait, man, these hoes got beaten by vampires. That's violent? Yeah, that's really disturbing. Look, all I see is the chick getting nibbled at best, and before we can actually see anything gruesome, she goes all Scotty Ferguson on us and Vertigo's out of existence. So in conclusion, Night Trap got controversy just because it was there. Meanwhile, fast forward a few years later and we have FMV games like Phantasmagoria and Harvester passing through like they're on a weekend stroll to a slaughterhouse. Granted, the former garnered some controversy and was even banned in Australia, but hey, at least these games actually justify their M rating. So as a side note to the dumbass politicians partaking in this, for God's sakes, if you're gonna boil up some game controversy, at least have some freaking consistency. And as a side note, I have a few choice words for these politicians. You're shameful, sick, disgusting, and ultra stupid. That works. Okay, I've had my fill of this crap. The Night Trap controversy gets 2 flying augers out of 10. And as a side note, I'm only giving it as much just because the controversy was kinda significant. Other than that, it's more pointless than the Sega CD. If there could be any redeeming factors of this game, I gotta admit, that theme song is pretty damn catchy. And the person singing it is not ugly. She's actually pretty hot. Oh yeah, I wouldn't mind having her as my girlfriend. Oh, wait.
I'd go anywhere with you and feel secure knowing that you were at the controls. Nah, you wouldn't.
Psych!